Hello, hello. Welcome to the Inbetween.
Where we talk about what's in,
what's out,
and everything in between.
I'm Natasha.
And I'm Toni all day. Let's get in between something.
Happy
New
IBT
Year.
New Year. No, literally. Happy New Year. I know y'all missed us. You've been saddled with all the rubbish discourse. But everybody else, throw y'all mics away. We're back.
The sucky pods.
Literally. And guess what? Y'all can see us. They can see us.
And y'all were on us for visuals for a long time.
Since
and
the first episode.
At first, we're like, oh, y'all just horny, honestly.
We were stubborn. No, literally.
But now we see,
much on our bodies.
there's value. You know what I mean? And
literally.
we can't hide what God is
Exactly.
done.
You know what? If he gives it to you, show it. Showcase
Amen.
it. You know?
Amen.
It's a holistic pod. We're for your mind, we're for your body, we're for your spirit, for the eyes, for the ears.
It's been a minute though. Our last episode was September?
I want to say it was September. It was before my birthday.
Yeah.
Maybe
okay,
August,
so
September.
let's give them a catch up
What's
before
been
we get
going
it.
on?
Y'all be asking us our little personal.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all actually care about us, and a few people told us told us, where's the pod? We have people come up to us in person oh my gosh, I love y'all's pod.
Yes, that was so nice. Oh, we met you at it was Jaya Room. Yeah,
in September.
Yes, that was so nice.
And it was a male subscriber. A lot of times,
and it was my birthday. It was actually the night of my birthday. We were out. We were late. We were having a good time.
And he
showed us so much love.
And I feel like a lot of times we don't really see more of our female subscribers. Yeah. So it's nice to know that we have male listeners or whatever.
It's like, oh, you people can have sense. That's so sweet.
But what's been new with you since September? Let's give them a catch up before we get in between something.
Okay, since September, what happened? Okay, I left my last program. I'm in a doctoral program now. Dr. Glory Lodi.
Period. Not the duck. Dr.
Yeah, Dr. Dougie. But I also moved to a new city. I love Nashville. Nashville's black and very Nigerian. It's low-key very Nigerian. So I don't know, I'm having a good time, seeing things, been connecting with family, friends. Yes. It's been a good year. It's been a really good year so far, and we're going to keep up the momentum. How have you been?
I've been good. What's been new for me between September and now? I don't know. Yeah. She's working, resting.
On the weekends.
I feel like it's such a long gap. It's hard to say what exactly we did.
Pinpoint.
Yeah, to pinpoint.
We've been on our it hasn't just been a lazy break. We've been doing stuff. Yeah. So not an excuse, just an explanation. Something for y'all to know.
Not that we're going to give y'all this,
Okay, we don't really have to. Yeah, we don't send. Thank you for watching though. Love y'all. There's lots to talk about because literally, as we were on our break, we would still be on FaceTime. Did you see this nonsense? Did you see this nonsense? What's going on here?
And so many times we'll say, "Dang, we missed the pod because we need to talk
dissect
about
this. Let's get into it
for real because
let
not even get into the because
we'll get there. First. We'll get there.
I think before we get into our 2024 ins and outs and things like that, let's get a quick fire round of just a quick category by category favorites.
Okay,
worst, and then we'll get into our actual
main topic ins and outs. Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'll ask you first.
Okay,
who was your favorite new artist of 2024?
Favorite new artist of 2024, 100%. It's a tie between Tyla and Jameson, but Tyla has to win because she's a woman and she's of color.
Okay.
But she's just such a star. No, literally. I like it.
And she had moments. AFCON was a moment.
The Victoria's Secret. The VMAs. And people were talking about her. She was an angel. She was walking better than a lot of models.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Clock it.
Ooh, no shade. But she's just such a star. She has a great voice, great energy, great style, great team. She knows her vision. She executes. And the tunes, the music hits.
The music hits.
And she knows when to drop and what for. She just live.
I also think it's a really good balance between pop on piano, Afro beats. It's a really nice, even in R&B. She has some really good R&B. I went back into her older music after Tyla Plus dropped.
Yeah.
She's a star.
To Last was honestly the first song I ever heard from her, and it's like an I'm a piano and B. Why are you singing? And that's how we stick to the pod mics. With the percussion? Thank you. Ooh, question. What do you think about people saying that, because she won, I believe she won an Afrobeats award. What show was that? Was that the VMAs or something else?
I can't
I know she's in the category, but how do you feel about the way she's been handling people, kind of grouping her and lumping her with Afrobeats artists? Because you can't, I'm so sorry, as an African person, why are you comparing Tyla's music to Attempts? They're so different.
They are different.
They're so different.
And I feel like we see this a lot with international artists. We see this with Wizkid, with Burna Boy, even with black artists like Beyonce. Stop making me, I can make country, I can make this and that. I feel like it's hard because in life, people just like labels overall, generally speaking. Yeah. So I feel like whatever you're introduced as, people think okay, this is what you're gonna.
And you're stuck there.
But it's not fair. And then also, I feel like people need to We should introduce y'all to our new manager. You want to come on camera real quick? Because he's over
just
here.
Say hi.
He want to be on camera so bad.
He do.
Just say, hey, this is Samuel.
Production.
But I feel like people need to be open to like fluidity. I feel like people, we don't have to.
In everything.
You don't have to like, because I remember whenever WizKid did his own, I'm not Afrobeats, I'm everything. People were so mad. Mariah was damn near an R&B album. It was really, it was Afro R&B. I feel like they're in their right to say, I'm more than that.
I'm this. I'm not, I'm other.
Especially whenever like, let's say they have like vision for what, like, we don't know what they're planning. Trying to go. Whenever you're saying, oh, you're only this, it's like, it's gonna probably make them like, dang, so can I branch out? You're pigeonholing somebody.
Exactly. You're constricting their creativity.
So I don't think, and then I feel like people just see African as one label. Of course they're gonna put,
you know, they think we're a country already.
Okay, so they think it's all gonna be one big lump sum.
Literally.
And it's like, even within the actual same country, Ira and Thames are two different people.
Two different kinds of music.
Yeah, exactly. Two different people that collab.
You know, because you're Altet. Thames is like an Altet R&B prince.
And you know what? I'm so happy we have visuals now because Natasha be lucky bullying me and gaslighting me.
I don't.
And I'm happy I can see it on camera.
I'm happy she's out of the Altet closet. Like, it's okay. We love and accept you for who you are.
So it's Altophobia in or out this year.
I can't lie. Did you see Obasanjo at the Waffles and Cream? Yeah, so he was why? And I can't lie though.
Cream,
yes, they put him in the streetwear. Yes, and he was posing. I can't lie. Baba ate. I'm so sorry. He actually ate. But someone in someone said God punished Altet. I said, bro, you can't stop it. Like I can't lie. It's a virus. And at this point, I caught it. You caught it.
You've been had it. I'm not anti-Altet. I'm just not trying to. What would we just say? Fluidity. Stop labeling me.
Fairs. That's a good point. So today you're Altet, tomorrow you're...
I'm not even Altet.
Lagos today and London tomorrow. I'm Altet.
Oh, good. Anyway, my favorite new artist 2024. Same as you. I love Tyla. Yeah. Everything you said, I co-sign. I want to give an honorable mention to, even though they're not new artists, I feel like they really, really stepped into
their own
this year. Ira Star is a star.
100%.
Her album was 100%. So good, and her stage presence, like she just knows. You know,
she knows who she is.
And not to compare Tara and Ira because they're two people, but like I just love how much they exude confidence. Like
they do.
They were born for this.
They were born for this, and and I love how you said she stepped into her own because she's so young. She's what, 22, 23.
You guys turned what, 21, 22, or 22. No older than 23.
Sorry, sis, but yeah, definitely like a young girl. And so was Tyla, a young girl. I love seeing the young girls, and I'm saying this like I'm like 38, but literally.
But to know yourself that early in life.
It's a gift, and a lot of people don't even know themselves 20, 30, 40 years from then. So it's honestly so cool to witness. And I feel like when you know who you are and what you're supposed to be doing, it shines through in what you're doing. And everyone feels it. And it's so inspiring. It doesn't matter if you have a desk job. Like, you put on the song, you look at her, the way she dances on a little...
Even her ads, her Gap commercial, did you see that?
I didn't see that.
It was so good. Like, it was just so fun. So, like... And not Ira, Thames. Not Thames, sorry.
Tyla. Ooh. Lumping.
We are all
sorry, guilty. Yeah, it's okay.
But okay, so I want to mention to Ira and I want to mention to Odell.
Odell.
I love his music. Yeah. His album this year that he dropped was so good.
It was honestly amazing.
And he's also someone who I feel like is very comfortable in there. Like the way he just carries himself, the way he moves is, I just love it. Like he's a star, and his music is honestly so great.
It's so good. And that's the real. That's Alter Afro and B.
Yeah, and that's another argument for stop trying to, because someone is African, black, or something. Stop trying to say they make a certain, because you can't just say you just Afrobeats. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
It's
not
a whole another secret third thing.
And I can't lie.
And this is something I've always said, and I've talked about this off camera to you, but I feel like as the diaspora moves out and people start to just get in different interests and we have different niches, you know what I mean? Like we have Alte, we have, you know, different kind of people, music is going to change. So there's stuff that isn't on a label yet. You know what I mean? It doesn't need a label. It might not,
it's just vibes. We could just vibe. Yeah. We just want to rock. We're having a good time. Like, literally.
Rock. Dang, that's feel like so long ago.
And honestly, I love that you said that, because even though there's not like a label, I feel like last year was the year of Afro and B. Like Vic Toni's album, because we're going to get into our favorite albums of 2024. Number one for me was He Is. I'm sorry.
Wait, we're moving on to the next. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because I mean, it kind of ties into what I'm saying.
Yes, go ahead.
I loved He Is, but nobody, and it just sucks for Vic Toni because we love you so much, sir, and you're doing great. But dropping the same week as Rema is just like,
do you
I feel like it kind of eclipsed.
It didn't get. I don't think
it didn't get. No, it got acclaim, and nobody had a bad word to say about it. But I feel like he would have gotten even more shine if he hadn't dropped the same week as Rema, because Rema's like messaging. Ozeba, favorite song.
Every song.
And the messaging of like reclaiming he was very intentional about. Nobody's gonna be on my album that's not at least on the continent, and even featuring Shelly Poppy. And go read our Engine Pit Stop. Wrote an article about it.
Her article is on
about the His review. His messaging was so clear that this is our shit. Like, we're reclaiming Afrobeats for us. This is my music. This is my people. Yeah. This is what we're doing. And that was great. But like back to Toni, his whole album was so eclectic. Yeah. And that is like real Afro and B. Pierre 49, even Stubborn. Like, he's just so smooth. Yeah. And I've never heard a bad Toni song in my life. Yeah. And so that was like those are my top two. I bounce back and forth from those albums the most. Yeah.
And before we move on, Toni, because that was one of my definitely top 5 albums of 2024. Yeah. And we talked about like people stepping into themselves, and I feel like Toni's journey is even more special because of his whole healing
and the accident.
And it's like,
and it mirrors his musical journey.
It is, and it's really beautiful to see. The album was really good. The imagery was really nice. That's really the thing he was wearing, the chain head thing. He outside now.
And the thing is, I can't lie, he's an artist, and he's really good at bringing people together. Like, what was the Ohima remix that he did when it was everyone on it? Like 20 different artists, like Odumodu, Rema, Ira, Wizkid, like. You can see, like, from that single to, like, the features that he picked intentionally for the Stubborn album, he's really good at, like, mixing and matching. I can see him being a good A&R, like, in the future. Like, I could definitely see that.
And he's really, what do you call it? Like, flexible. Because even, like, you wouldn't have guessed someone, like, his type of music
St. John,
would collab with someone like Ashake that's more, like, very, like, conk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, literally. So,
but my favorite albums of 2024, you already know, was...
100%.
And you know what?
Number 1.
You have always been like a big like Rema.
Huge Rema stan.
I always love Rema, but this is the first album like that
made
fully
you a stan.
through that made me like a stan. Yeah. Like, I love Rema. The album
very
was
you.
So.
No, it's good. Like, y'all watch her Afrobeats and Intelligence video.
And you know what? Ooh, and you know what? In the video, at the end of it, I predicted that music is gonna get faster and faster.
And what's happening?
And the beats per minute on that album. It was just such a good. Like, which favorite song was the album,
Chef's Kiss. Ozeba, 100%. That song is an anthem. Yeah. And for me, okay.
What my favorite song is.
Literally, the whole album from top to bottom is insane. And Rema, that's another person who's very fluid, very easy to like collab with anyone. Fluid. And you the Ashake, the Yayo, that song was. He went to school of Ashake for that song, and then brought it right back. Ended it with Now I Know, which is more like his usual sing-songy ballad type of thing. But that album, it starts off with. Was it
Masham?
What? That's music. Like, the whole album, it's an anthem. It's a love story to Benny. It's a love story to the South. He only had Shelly Poppy and Odumodu, only featured guests on his album. Yeah. He's like, it's not just African, it's not just Nigerian. This is a very Beanie album.
It was very intentional.
Very intentional. I love him so much. Like, he knows who he is.
I loved Azman. I think Azman is probably my favorite song.
Azman?
I love Azman. I love his War Machine was really War Machine was good. I love he like, you know, like,
what do you think about music?
Okay. I think that, and go back to our episode about cancel culture. Yeah. I like Odumodu's music. As a person, I don't really care.
And that's the thing. My ears like what they like. I don't give a damn. If it bops, it bops.
And I don't pay attention to all his controversy and the smaller things. I like his overall music, and I personally haven't heard anything about him that's so alarming to throw me off of his music. I do like his music. I think he's a talented artist, honestly.
He's really talented, and he, again, another person is versatile. I feel like in this life, he's versatile. In this life,
and his album was good.
His album was great. Ezio Cool on Cut. We talked about it last one of our last episodes, but that is a great song. War Machine. What were your other favorite songs?
Other favorites. It was just great. Ooh.
Top to bottom.
I accidentally played. Yeah, it was good. He was good.
Literally.
That was obviously great. Yeah. I would say the whole album, damn near, like,
literally top to bottom,
no skip album. Honestly, it was great. Like that album. You know, like when a new album drops and you can't play anything else for like a month. Literally, that's what the album was for me.
I kid you not. Like, it's just so you.
And then
feel
I would stop and go hear the Stubborn album, like the not.
Yes, I would mix it back and forth.
Pier 46, like he had some really great songs on there, and the song with Tizo Touchdown. Even though everyone hoes Tizo, I don't know why.
People just bandwagon. I love Tizo,
and that's the power on people. Literally. is good. Features are good.
He's cool and he's himself. Ooh, hold on. But sneaky contender for album. Saw Baby's album was actually really good.
Saw Baby.
And
first of all, y'all are late. What was his album in undergrad?
Purple. The one Purple Apes was on.
Yes. And then even Nick has say Sahin. Even his single Sunny Days. Yeah. I wanna be your boyfriend. I wanna be your boyfriend. Okay, anyway.
I love
back to 2024 though. My other favorite albums were Tyler Plus.
100%.
It was a great album, and the deluxe was amazing. Push to Start was fire.
Push to Start is so good. Oh, Push to Start or what was the Shake guy? Which one for you? Baby, Shake. She hopped in her Bollywood African bag for that one.
Bollywood.
Because at some point she said pati, which is like a Hindu word. I don't know what it means.
Really?
It's Hindi. Pati. And you could even hear like the little lips to her voice. I love her.
Okay, Push to Start I love that one. Back to You. Safer was great. Butterflies was beautiful.
Butterflies is amazing. That song gives me butterflies.
Really nice. To Last is like one of my top 3 on that.
Same.
Top 3 Tyler songs ever.
Same.
Yeah. What about you? What are your faves?
Favorite, like off the album?
Yeah.
Literally the same. Like those are my top.
Yeah.
Those are so good. But Shika for me is like, damn, like
it was good.
She's a star. She's a star. You can mark her for anybody. I guess sticking to media, we can hop into TV and movies. What were your favorite films and TV shows?
Okay, let me tell y'all, this show is not a 2024 show, but a 2024 show led me to it. All my friends in undergrad used to literally have watch parties for Game of Thrones, and I would love to watch it, but trying to start the show and get into it was kind of like, it's heavy. It's a heavy show to get into, and then the opening episode is kind of like the winter is coming one where in the woods and like in the snow. It starts kind of like, it starts kind of slow, but this year House of Dragons dropped, so I literally binged House of Dragons like not even a week.
Like it was so good.
And because I was like, I needed more. It's like, let's go watch Game of Thrones, guys. That show.
Layers,
do you
levels.
Know what cinema is?
Politics, family dynamics,
Succession.
Money, like Succession. And
then I love a period piece as well.
Yeah,
and they did so good with the accents, with the wardrobe.
Bro, the classism, like the way different regions have their own different customs, and the show's actually so good. Fantastic.
As far as
she liked the ending. You liked the ending. You were into it.
I liked the ending. Everyone was like, "Oh, that's not my Daenerys," but absolute power.
Corrupts absolutely.
I'm so sorry. I thought it was realistic, and I feel like people didn't like it. But I do think that honestly, what makes a good show or movie is a controversial ending, or
it's
like
true.
Not everyone should be like, "Oh my god, I loved how it ended." I loved
art is provocative.
Exactly. So I personally thought it was people were like, "Oh, the ending wasn't in line with who they thought she was." First of all, she's not a real person.
Right.
Second,
let's start there.
Let's start there. You know.
Let's start there.
But yeah, and then honestly, like with her whole like exploration, because we're gonna do like a different episode on like our favorite shows.
Yeah, we'll get deeper into it.
But I feel like if someone is conquering everyone with a savior complex, come to me and I'll free you. After a while, like, get to your head.
This sounds familiar. Because they use that rhetoric to colonize people like all the time. So it's not it's not a far leap.
And it's like
I can see that.
And that whole like come to me and be free and be saved only works if like you're gonna step down or die. Look at Jesus. He has to come to me. Okay, literally. Saved, now he has to go.
Actually, if
you continue that thing, you come. You hubris.
It goes to your head. You turn to King Herod.
No, and then as far as like movies, I honestly can't think of any movie this year that was like, oh my gosh,
like outstanding.
But what about you? Maybe you can jog my memory. What was your favorite show and movie this year?
I'll get to movie because I think I'd have to think about that, and it sucks now because we don't have physical media anymore. It's so easy to like consume something and move on. Consume something, move on.
It has to be a real standout for you.
Yeah, for it to actually stick out. But for sure, shows. Let me tell y'all about industry. Let me get closer. Maybe not that close. Let me talk about industry.
Before someone come punch you.
No, literally. Let me chill. Literally, I can't lie. Before this season dropped, because I've been an industry head. I love the show so much. Before this season, I was seeing a lot of comparisons to Succession, which is my ultimate. It's like Sopranos and Succession for me, for both of us. Like literally up there. So I was like, and people were saying, oh, it's better than Succession, better than. Let's not get too cute. This season, when I tell you life-changing stuff, Mickey and Conrad, who are the producers of the show, and I'm saying y'all's names like I know you because I will know
Amen,
you.
Period.
We will know you. Mickey and Conrad, what they did this season, have you watched? You haven't watched the season, have you?
I'm on season, how many seasons? 3?
Boo.
I know.
It's like 3.
Sorry, guys.
Literally, y'all, they have different.
We have to bring Aaliyah on for that one.
No, literally, like we gotta get into it. But I'm telling you guys, every single episode was a mini movie. Like literally, the season was so fast paced and so well produced. Every episode could have been a standout movie. I'm not even joking. I've never seen this level of production in a show in literally over a decade.
And I heard it's like a show that gets better every season.
Every season tops the last one in spades. Like when I tell you the Rishi episode, if you know, you know. The Rishi episode felt like Uncut Gems on crack. Like it was just such a good show.
And Rishi, that character, that's one character that I'll never forget from that show.
I love him. I love a villain, you guys. I love someone you can hate. Like I love someone that's just horrible and terrible.
What I say, most hated, most loved.
Same thing. But yeah, Industry was my number one show, 100% of last year.
Yeah.
House of the Dragon was also good because they did drop like a new season in the year.
Really nice.
What else did I watch? It was mainly just those two films. I honestly can't even think of it. If it pops up later in the episode, I'll get to that. But yeah, I can't really. We need to get back to buying DVDs and stuff because I don't know. I watch it.
People are trying to bring back magazines and print because it's true. You want to have, and even like photo albums, like you want to have physical things,
tangible things.
Yeah,
because even look at TikTok, and we're gonna get into like other things, but TikTok might be going.
By the time this episode drops, sheesh, it might not be on TikTok. My shade.
I'm gonna cry, but like it just shows you how fleeting all this stuff is.
Yeah.
It's like the illusion of having or not having. Like it seems like we have so much access to so many things, but it just depends on what they want you to have access to. Netflix takes a movie off every 2 days.
And
like,
they move it to
HBO. Thank you. Back and forth and back and forth. I can't.
And not everyone's like trying to scramble to say their collections. You can't.
Like literally.
I'm not gonna.
Literally.
Like, it's okay.
Are you crazy?
All you have to do is pray. Pray, Supreme Court. Like, that's
what were your favorite viral moments of this year? Because there were a lot.
There were a lot, and I was struggling to remember. I used to like look at like a recap.
Yeah.
But the favorite one of last year, one of my favorite ones was one that opened up the year was Cat Williams' interview.
Oh, it set the tone.
It set the tone. I feel like 2024 was a year of really good interviews. It was. Interviews where people really got into it.
Got deep. People got asked questions.
Because a lot of times interviews, people were like, they don't really want to say certain things.
Get too vulnerable.
I feel like he set the pace of just like
being open and honest.
Opening people's, and just he let it go. So I feel like after that, it was so many like very.
Like, good, let's get real. Literally, let's get in between some things. Okay. It's the year of getting in between things.
What about you? What was one of your favorites?
Honestly, I can't lie. Literally, like you said.
I know what you're gonna say.
What am I gonna say? You're gonna
say Trump getting shot.
I can't lie. Y'all, America. I'm so sorry. That man is probably the funniest person in the world.
Drama.
Like, he's so dramatic. Do you think that really happened, or do you think it was a thing?
It's really hard to say because someone like him, he's crazy enough to stage it.
Yeah.
But he's also hate enough to actually get
fiction.
Shot.
Exactly. But the thing is,
the year wasn't like I
could maybe see like once. How did you have another attempt? It was like a week after. He had a second assassination attempt. I can't deal. But on the other flip side of that, another assassination, top 3 assassinations. Luigi, shouts out to you. Free him. What a sexy red said, free my baby daddy. I'm sorry. Like, bow. Like, he ate that so bad. How can we end the year with a CEO? Because again, people are getting tired. We've been talking about this for 2 years now. How long can a recession? How long can people go hungry and give up things that are supposed to be just like basic necessities? Yeah. People are tired from sea to shining sea. Luigi, he upped that thing and let it rock. I'm sorry. He
and guess what? Like a week after, what was it?
Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. They had released something that said that they were going to stop. They were going to cap anesthesia for general surgery coverage. Yeah. So you would only get up to a certain amount of anesthesia. So if you wake up during surgery, oh well, that's on you.
I know.
Yeah.
Or open your wallet.
Exactly.
You know what's crazy?
Money for hand, back for ground.
And
like
they said that's it. That gives Nigeria where they won't even and that's what we're going back to,
bro.
You wouldn't even work on me. You wouldn't even help me. Someone
exactly.
Who you said an oath. You went to school for this because
I have no money. Happened to do no harm?
In the first world, after the Luigi country, in the developed world.
After the Luigi thing, literally a week later, Anthem rolled that back and said, "Oh, psych, you guys, never mind." Yeah, just kidding. You can have your anesthesia. Are y'all scared?
More
people should be scared. More of y'all should be scared because we outnumber you guys.
Oh, that was a huge 2023 moment.
It really was, and I'll name them. So that was my favorite. I also loved AFCON. I'm not a sports girly, not my thing. I'm just a girl. But literally watching AFCON made me so patriotic. Like, it was just so interesting to know. Let me say something. The green, white, green was heavy on my forehead. Like, it's a lot of space up there. The green, white, green was, like, that actually was hilarious. Like, when we beat South Africa, yum. We can lose everything else. Who cares? We beat South Africa. Boom.
And I'm looking forward to the World Cup next year.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be 40 years. It's going to be 40 years.
I love, like, big events like the World Cup. What else is
everyone gathering together.
Olympics.
Like, it's just the community of it.
Oh, my gosh. Olympics happened this year, too, didn't it? Yeah.
Wait, no. It's happening.
No, it happened last 2024, did it not?
Oh, wait, it did. You're so right.
Crazy.
Oh, wow.
It sure did.
Wow, that's crazy. Can't talk about who won, who didn't.
I know.
Like,
I know there was an outbreak of like chlamydia or something in the Olympic Village or something like that.
But it's getting freaky in the village.
But I mean, athletes are horny. They have a lot of energy.
They do. And I can't lie, working out makes you horny. Like, it gets the good endorphins flowing, your blood rushing. Should I change subject? I should. Okay.
Okay, what were your favorite beauty and fashion trends of 2024? And your least favorite? Like, what was like,
I love that you said least favorite. Love that so much.
Let's get into that.
We'll start on a good note. We'll bounce back and forth. I'll do like my fave, you'll do your fave, we'll get to the least. Hyper blush. I love like the whole, so even though like there's a tendency to, and it deals in capitalism, there's a tendency to like over categorize things or over name things. Oh, cold girl makeup, or this girl makeup, clean girl makeup.
Like, shut up.
Let's abandon that. But I love what came out of like the whole cold girl thing. I love hyper blush. It's just so feminine and so cute. So dainty. Y'all see the cheekbones because we're visual. You see it. So definitely, I love cold blush. I love a top handle bag. I just think it's so like boss babe.
Yes.
So sexy. Just got a little.
So practical.
Right here. Yeah.
Because I'm so sorry.
Tiny bag.
The micro mini. As someone who has like 2 micro bags where you can only squeeze. Mind you, your lip liner is gone in the night. All you can do is your phone can't even fit in there. You can fit like a lip gloss.
Lip gloss, one card.
And your lip gloss must be this big. If it's anything bigger, you're done.
You're done.
Your card.
It's a one singular card, one lip gloss, and maybe a hookah tip if you're lucky. Like, if you're lucky.
So I agree. Sexy. And even besides top handles, I feel like big boho tote bags came back too, and I love that.
Do you think that has to do with anything with the, because I know that ties into kind of like the office girl trend, but like we know fashion feeds into culture back and forth. So people are just more practical, I think, with fashion this year.
And I think one brand that really had a great year last year and popularized big bags was Bottega.
Oh, 100%.
You know, because there's so many. I personally have my own Bottega.
And look,
my big
we love a
woven.
Hello?
Yeah, and it's great. TJ Maxx
no, I'll never turn my back on them.
Italian leather. I was sniffing the bag. I asked Natasha. I was sniffing the bag like, oh my god, it smells so good. And it's just a pretty black woven bag, and I just love it. It fits so much stuff. It's travel bag, work bag, everything.
Literally multi-purpose. I think that's also the theme. Back to versatility. Versatility was the theme of 2024. Like hopping in and out, being flexible was the theme because we got a lot of stuff thrown at us this year. Yeah. So just like going with it, making things work for you. What about you? What were your favorite beauty fashion trends?
Oh my gosh, it was just kind of ironic because I'm wearing a full wig right now, but you can ask y'all already know if y'all like go on my Instagram or Instagram life. I'm not a wig girl because it's so hard to maintain, and I feel like as someone gluing the hair right onto your hairline is never, because I'm an edges girl, you know what I mean?
Literally.
But I will say I'm so happy that sew-ins, leave-outs, parts came back, because let your hair breathe. Let's see your hair. You know, let's
breathe.
I love it. And I feel like it looks so much more natural.
It does. It really does.
I love a good wig that y'all can see.
Period.
Shout out to Boosie Styles for reviving this wig for me. But
period.
I love a good wig that you can see, but like at the same time too, like I feel like a good wig is still a wig. Like you can see the lace.
It's still a wig, yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I just love a leave out. I love the more natural. And you can and
back
I feel
to
like people didn't realize how practical and how flexible it is. You know what I mean?
Those are the words for 2024.
Kinky straight hair. You can get yucky hair. You can get curly hair. I also loved the curly flip overs people were doing.
Oh yeah, it's just so effortless, so cute. That's actually on my hair calendar. We love a hair calendar.
Period. Okay.
But yeah, same practicality, stuff that makes sense. Because it's not every day, and then you're struggling with the lace. The lace is balding, and it's just so obvious.
And
like, oh my God.
like what we said earlier, and we're gonna get into that because that's actually one of my outs.
Ooh.
For this year.
Okay.
I just hate how people think there's like everyone must do one thing. Like I feel like we had a few, probably like honestly since the pandemic, before pandemic even, because I think when we were in undergrad, someone started like wigs. Yeah. It's almost like it was you didn't have a wig, you didn't have hair. Like it was
literally
like you know, like people made it seem like it was wig or nothing. Yeah, wigs or die. So I'm happy that people like you can do wig, you can switch it up. Even if you don't do wig all the time, not everyone has to be on the same hair as you. Like everyone do what fits best to you. You know what I mean?
And your lifestyle.
Because some people are great with wigs. Some people they know how to keep it up with it. They know how to switch it up. They know how to maintain.
Yeah. You gotta know what works for you.
Let's be individuals this year.
Hello. Like, come on. Ooh, speaking of individuals, lash clusters. That was also a great thing for the that was a great one because I can't lie, again, versatility, flexibility, like you could just pop it in, pop it out, like do you. And what was out, all these beauty stylists, let me tell you something, you won't make heaven. You won't make all of them. Like I can't lie.
Every single stylist.
Like I can't lie, a lot of you girls are not in the business you should be in. Maybe you should have had a 9-to-5, like bad customer service.
How can they have a 9-to-5? They have bad customer service.
Terrible customer service, insane prices. I'm paying your rent for something that's not like just, you know what else was in beauty wise was doing your own hair, doing your own stuff, being resourceful.
And a lot of these things go back to, like you said, economy. And exactly. We also know how everything is connected. That's what it's about,
connected. Really. Y'all get it.
But like, yeah.
It was just, it was too much. Y'all, you're already not paying taxes. please behave. I'm calling the Better Business Bureau and I'm calling the IRS. Like, why are you literally soliciting me? Crazy, crazy girls.
My last favorite fashion or beauty trend was the Venn diagram between streetwear and more high end or fashion. I feel like things because during COVID, because we're all at home,
comfy
I
wear.
feel like it was comfy for a few years. Everyone was still in like their at home leisure wear. I feel like now people are starting to. There's like a nice little middle ground between the two. You know, I can see that. And even like athleisure is becoming more elevated as well.
It is. So, it really is.
That's probably like my last. What about you?
That's true. Any more faves? I think that was like all the faves I had. What were your least favorites? Fashion, beauty, etc.
Ooh. I don't know how it was my least favorite that I did not like. I'm trying to think. Like, what was it?
I'm really trying to think too. What?
Because you know what? Honestly, and y'all know me. A lot of times, like I can see, like if it's not for me, it could be for you. You know what I mean? And even if I don't like it on me, like I can't hate that. You know, like I
like it for you. It's cute for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of any. Oh, New Year, New Us. Don't hold us to it. Don't hold us to it. We'll see how we feel next episode.
No bad. By the end of this episode.
Hello. It might not take that long.
We're gonna start.
No, because we're gonna get into it. So I think that wraps up our little quick run ins and outs. So do you want to get into?
Okay. Yeah. So how should we do this? We just do like our ins, outs, and then you want to go back and forth?
We can go back and forth. I like the bounciness. Okay, so we're gonna get into actual things that we can leave in 2024 and things that we're gonna bring into 2025.
Ooh, I have one you're gonna hate, by the way.
Don't piss me off.
And it's actually even hypocritical of me, but I don't. Let me tell y'all.
Never cared.
Because I never said on camera. I don't mind being hypocrite. Like,
never cared. The duality of man, you know? I contain multitudes. I contain multitudes. Thank you.
But yeah, go ahead. Y'all should go first.
Number one in is segregation. And hear me out. Hear me out.
Guys, Samuel's eye just go like this. He don't know.
To piggyback off what you just said, everything doesn't need to be for everybody. Like some things are not for you. And I feel like the internet and just like perceived accessibility to certain things make people think that. Thank you. Oh, hello. Ooh. And participation trophies make people think that, let me shove my foot in this glass slipper. It's not for you. Like, and sometimes you can just, because everyone has a. So, for example, the whole conversation about like pricing, right? When we talk about like fashion and people's pricing. People are like, I just feel like it was we actually discussed like slow fashion, fast fashion, those kinds of things on one of our, I want to say it was our last episode, maybe 2 episodes before. But like there was some discourse from people like, people should have access to, you should have access to water, a roof over your head. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You should have access to basic things, of course.
Not on that.
Loewe's not on the list. Bottega's not on the list. If you want like a dupe, there's great dupes out there. People are like, these fashion brands, you're paying for the name. You do yes. That's fine. And they work to get there so they can charge that.
Unless you're funny.
Thank you. Everything is not for everybody. Like, and again, find what works for you. Just because you could see it and you could double tap it and save it doesn't mean that it has to be for you. And, if that makes sense.
And I want to branch off on that to say that no one owes you. And obviously, we talk a lot about, different things like hypergamy, colorism, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, too, I hate whenever I see people be like, I've seen multiple times, TikTok, Twitter, you're mad at someone who's not your race for not being attracted to you. To me, that is insanity.
Loving versus Virginia, you've done so much damage to this country, to this world.
Because no one owes you. And at all. And honestly, I think it's kind of like insane. Like, why does someone who's not in my race must be attracted to me? Like,
and that's the thing. In dating, you should be, and I've said this over and over again, you should be as discriminative as possible in who you date. No one cares what your politics are when you're dating. Like, I get it. We can discuss it. We can dissect it. You like what you like. Even me. If you don't like dark-skinned girls, excellent. Why would I then beg? Why would I convince you? Thank you. Everything's not. You're not for me. That's fine.
Like, your mad Chad doesn't like you. Like, Chad doesn't have to like you.
He doesn't have to like you, and it's okay. It's okay. It's actually okay. You won't die.
And
so
you don't have to like Chad. Let's talk about that.
Exactly. Like,
you can acknowledge there's something that I see. Like, that's.
We don't have to do all that matter.
You look good for what you are. You're not for me though. You know what I mean? And that's okay. And I want to talk about specifically.
Know your lane and stay in it.
Aaron Pierre. That's been awesome. Everyone was so mad whenever they found out he had a white girlfriend. Like, oh my god.
Like what? He's pandering. Did he actually open his mouth? The guy's just talking, just
because he has light eye.
Cool.
He's black.
It's a problem.
And because you're listening after him, he betrayed you by
like, oh my god, we should have known. Are you crazy?
And even
go outside.
I just think about how, like, as a girlfriend to read that kind of stuff,
it's really hurtful.
Mean.
It's really hurtful.
People are just so like,
But even outside of dating, because it's a huge feature in dating, but like you just have to know your lane and understand that like you'll find your people, you'll find your things. Yeah. You don't have to be a part of everything. It's okay. Let's be separate sometimes. It's okay.
Separate but equal.
Yeah, so segregation's in. Amen.
One of my outs. Choo. I'm piano.
But you've been hated on piano.
You know,
she hated it from jump. And she tried to be like nice, but she hated it.
No, but I do like on piano.
Okay.
It requires patience.
It does. It helps you work on yourself.
I love on piano elements. But I do think that as a whole, because there was a point in time where every Afrobeat song was on piano. Yeah. And there was no division. And I think that even fuels more of the hate for South Africa towards that, because we were hijacking their whole genre.
They're like, Jalafina. Whoa.
But I do think that Afrobeats as a whole is moving towards, it's going back to its roots. It's going back to its old sound. And I think Rema has a big, like...
Exactly. He has a huge influence in that. Yeah. Because the music that's dropped since Rema, like for instance, the Charlie Poppy song Order, it sounded like it could have been on the He Is album. Yeah. Order, but let me know that. Wait. Even and that's why I loved Wizkid's album, because he's always stuck to his sound. Yeah. I think people like to come for him like, oh, it's boring, the same thing. And you know what?
Mastered his sound.
And thank you. And that's thank you. Back to like knowing your lane and sticking to it. Like, what's wrong in having a language for yourself? What's wrong in like having personal style and a personal thing? You don't have to appeal to everybody.
And that's also, y'all never seen Wizkid do a backflip. Why are you gonna do a backflip today?
Thank you. He's been bougie and chill.
He's been vibing. That's all it's gonna be.
He's just minding his business. He just wants to rock, make his music, smoke his little joint, like wear bling, wear a nice sweater vest. Thank you. He never did all that.
That's
I love him.
Like, oh my gosh.
I love him so much. But yeah, back to segregation, just real quick.
Okay.
I think that it's the Black community, and that's across the diaspora, from America to the Caribbean to literally worldwide to the continent. We're too friendly, and it's too easy for us to let people dilute our stuff. Like, that's why Rema's album also, aside from being sonically amazing, it meant a lot to me as someone who, like, is very much like, okay, this is our thing. You have to, like, call a thing a thing. Yeah. If you respect your origins and you keep it tight, it's less easy for them to come in and just, like, take your sound or your thing in general and then kind of just co-opt it and remix it, because it happens so quick. Why was Selena Gomez, after he saw Selena Gomez, the face of the Spotify Afrobeats, he said never again.
He said nah.
Never again. It'll never happen again. And he hasn't looked back.
Yeah. So, I definitely agree, and I think people can appreciate things, but some people should be left as spectators.
Yeah, appreciation versus appropriation.
Involved in it, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. And just knowing when to like just have discernment. Discernment is in.
Speaking of music, though, one thing that's in 2024 and needs to come up 2025, dancing at parties, guys. So I went to New York for the Ashake concert, which was amazing. It felt like a party. It was so great.
Period.
And I was at the after party, and literally at the party, you see everyone doing dancing.
Hey.
I'm like, I love it, because like people don't dance at parties anymore, but TikTok has everyone sliding down walls.
Yeah, I actually love that.
Hips, I do love that. I think it makes it more fun. Like and it was so fun. Like so many songs come on,
it's a blast.
It makes it more like communal, more fun versus like it feels like the party scenes became very like almost like individuals coming to be individual as a whole.
Exactly.
Because now it's like we're all kind of like
to post up and stone face. Why? Music is playing. The music is good. Move.
Yeah. So dancing at parties is back. Thank you, TikTok. Even though you're out of
literally,
here,
and thank you for good stuff. Exactly. And then you know what's out? Sections, low key. Like I can't lie. Ooh,
because I want to sit down. Because of the economy.
Because of the economy for sure.
And let's get clear. We must sit down. If
no, we actually we're good. I have to have a perch. Some perch. I'll get up. I'll do a cute little, sexy girl bob. And I'll sit back down. My feet are screaming. But I think that like the prevalence of like non-section-y venues and like events, parties and stuff like that, it encouraged movement. It encouraged mingling. Yeah. Because you're just talking about how hard it is to like mingle unless you're section hopping all night. But who wants to do that? Like damn. So yeah, I love that. More communal things are in for the year. Like smaller gatherings, kickbacks. Something that's out.
I can't lie though. Let me go back to TikTok. You have one?
Yeah, but no, let's do TikTok. Okay, it's gonna be negative.
So back to TikTok. It's gonna be negative. It is negative one though. So one good in from TikTok was dancing. But one thing that has to be out is people being afraid of doing individual research. Like people love. I think TikTok. That. Like you see people post a video. Where's the shirt from?
You take it.
It's a plain white tee.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, can you please? The one that pissed me off the most this year. It was a girl posting her clusters. We talked about lash clusters. Posted on her eye. Someone said, "What's your lash map? Which specific ones did you?" Is her eye your eye? Are you crazy? Get the lashes and then practice. Do it for yourself.
People
be resourceful.
Don't even mind you. Album is
it's
easy.
Lazy.
Have y'all guys seen the lookup tool? You highlight a word. I love that tool.
Click it, highlight, look up. It'll
Google.
pop up.
There's so many ways
definitions, links.
Let's go down wormholes again.
Thank you.
Let's
Wikipedia. Let's bring that back. Literally.
Wikipedia will be begging. They're still begging for $1.
And you know what? I be donating. I love Wikipedia. Yeah, I love Wikipedia. Literally since elementary school. I'm just so, like, you can look up anything in this world. We've never been this lucky ever to have so much information. And then you're leaving comments on this girl's TikTok. Why?
Yeah.
And they'll even be spamming them. You're gatekeeping.
Yes, and then they're trying to hold them like, oh my God, like, you're such a...
You're not a girl's girl, because she didn't want to tell you her lash
like, and that you know, we're gonna
God punish girls. God punish girls.
We had an episode called part-time.
Yeah, part-time girls. Because God punish girls. Please.
What I owe you, please.
And you know what's out? Speaking of girls, getting a job is in, begging is out. I'm so sorry. Y'all look hungry.
Oh my God.
Y'all look hungry.
Every day handout.
We are hungry, but we can manage our hunger. Y'all look hungry.
You all manage.
I'm so sorry. Get a job, because I can't lie. Like, at the end of the last year, and we talked about this in our Trad Wife episode about what's that weird couple, the mulatto? Nara Smith, yes. Nara Smith and Lucky Day Blue or whatever. I'm so sorry. Obviously, like, you know, if you have your own, like, you know, you're a girl with goals, like, you want someone that can match you, you know, out earning, like, great. We know there's a wage gap, of course. Like, no one wants a bum, but it just turned into, I don't know when it was, maybe it was COVID.
That was.
But it turned from people's standards to just begging and being hungry.
I know.
I can't lie. Clock in, get a W-2, W-4, get a contract job, look stuff up, go to school, have something doing. What is all this codependency talk?
Girl.
Because we've seen it go wrong so many times, and dang, we love TikTok so bad, but word to TikTok, people will come on, talk about their experiences, going through divorces, women that have been out of the workforce for 20 plus years because they've been homemakers, which is a job. People neglect to mention that it's a job to raise children and take care of the home. It's a job. Like, you're not just gonna be sitting there. Like, it's actually a job. People that have been out of the workforce. Even if you have help,
it's a job.
It's a job. People whose husbands literally, quote unquote, took care of everything and then switched up because they could, because you're feeding. If someone has the power to feed you, they have the power to starve you. Hello. And I feel like it's so harmful to kind of like big up that rhetoric of, I don't want to do anything. It's very anti-intellectual. So yeah, just get a job. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go to school.
My favorite comment online is like, whenever people are like, you know, going on their stupid ass rampage, and someone's like, can someone catch me up? I have a job. Like, I don't know what happened here.
It's actually so funny. Can someone jobless fill me in? I love that so much. Like, I love that.
And to get on that same like thread, what's out this year is oversharing. Like, obviously, I feel like there's a lot of, like,
and I love to read y'all's mess. I'm not gonna lie.
And we talk about this.
We're gonna talk about you.
But and on the same vein, I feel like a lot of good came people telling your story. Yeah. Even like, especially with women, we saw like how you said people, like, you know, women that are maybe like they were always you know, in the home, and then even besides that, like, just like even things about like pregnancy that women don't talk about, the good and the bad, or just even like everyday helpful tips. Like, we love people sharing their lives, and literally it is good. It helps society, but there comes to a point where you see people just too much. For example, last week on Twitter, a couple shared how that they split their finances or whatever.
Oh my gosh,
nothing necessarily wrong with it, but it was like, why did you?
That's
share?
For you guys.
What benefit did that do? And then all you saw people was dissecting them, saying it was good, it's bad, this and that. People shouldn't even have room to discuss your personal business. Because then, and I'm so sorry, I would argue that if you're posting that, you are inviting commentary about your personal life. That's just what it is. And then they'll get mad. Even like women who will post, like, for instance, in the same vein, some women on TikTok or Twitter, whatever, will post like their husband not being helpful, the house dirty for weeks. Like, oh my God, look what he did. Like, oh my God, he sucks. And they'll be in the comment like, okay, leave him. They'll make a follow up. I love him. You don't understand him. So why did you post that? To even get even worse, they'll be saying, oh, because y'all ain't got no nigga.
No, literally, no ring. Keep the ring. I don't want it.
No shade. Excuse me. Did you see last week? Remember that Mummy Z lady on Twitter that like, she was saying she was at 4 a.m.
to make breakfast while she's pregnant.
So the work wife doesn't steal her. So people craft under her. So if you don't know,
if cooking with Kaya can steal you, she can have you. I don't want you. I don't want you.
So basically, what happened was people who are luckily not on +234 Twitter.
For once.
Okay, basically, this one lady came online saying that she was pregnant and she wakes up every day at 4 a.m. to cook for her husband so that no one at work will steal him with food. And so people obviously people were in uproar, and they figured out it's because they're really, really poor. So people started to crowdfund for her, which is great. They donated food for her,
and I'm happy for her.
They, a bed, a TV, a fridge. Literally. She didn't have a fridge or a stove. I don't think it was gas. She was cooking with.
That's why she had to cook fresh because they didn't have anywhere to keep the food.
Exactly, which is really great. And that's one good thing about online community,
social media.
It helps someone who is in need.
Yeah.
So fast forward to now. I don't even know what started this thing in particular. Okay, no. Somehow, some way, people were just talking about how whenever women start to make enough money for their own, they believe they don't need a man. That's how she started trying to say, like, oh, once they get $150K and get an apartment on the island, this is talking about Nigeria, now it's I don't need a man, now they hate men. And it's like, for you to talk about...
Who said that?
Mommy Z, the same one that was cooking at 4 a.m.
I didn't even know about this, Toni. Is she crazy?
Oh, look at you. And another woman who was talking about, basically she's like a full-time worker. She be working.
She's hustling.
She's hustling.
Yeah.
And people were like, you don't even have a marriage. No, I think it's because she said something about marriage. Okay, I know. The other lady who's like Mommy Z's like accomplice.
Right.
She's like, oh, you women think you guys want this and that, but like you don't know that in a marriage you have to do this, you have to do this. I work in
you have to do that. You have to do this.
I do all this, and we're happy. We've been there for 16 years. Everyone's like, why would you be there for 16 years? The man, why would a man leave you?
He's winning.
No, one thing Natasha said that I always remember is everyone's a BOGO. It's a BOGO. It's a buy one get one free. You're doing my housework, you're raising my kids, and you're contributing financially to the house.
He has a maid, a nanny, a sex worker. You're doing everything.
So now these two women came together, start bullying, going to be like, oh, once you small girls start to basically once you can take care of yourself, you think men are useless, and it's like, wait. From you?
Like, I know who I think it is.
Literally.
Miss GoFundMe for the fridge. Don't piss me off. I'm so sorry.
And now we have to call you poor.
Like, and we didn't want to do it. We didn't want to do it. We didn't want to do it.
Like,
we did not want to do it.
Very tactless. And
is she crazy?
Like, it was just very like...
I hate that. And it's very much like, haha, I have a man, and I'm so happy for you. But again, that's for you.
And it's not,
like,
and that's your accomplishment. And that was your only accomplishment. You didn't have no shade, no money, no comfort, no nothing. All you had was your man. And he was even in jeopardy.
Yeah.
From the work wife.
And the work wife, and the crazy thing is, you're doing all this, the work wife will steal him with a good hello, good morning.
Okay.
She doesn't have to cook for him. You have to because you put yourself there. But that's just so interesting.
That's good.
That's really, you're so silly.
That was a good ass song.
It really was. Damn. Ugh, disgusting. I almost said R.I.P.
But Nikki's voice. I done pulled up.
Little says, but did I kill a queen? The Alexander McQueen. But
okay, keep going.
But like, as it pertains to like having your own and still dating and stuff, I feel like it's just there's a lot of, you could tell that we're doing something right when people are so angry that now women are more choosy with who they're picking. Yeah,
self-sufficient. You're mad.
Shouldn't that be what we're aiming for?
But mind you, if this young woman were on the streets,
exactly begging, if she was a Pablette or if she was it would be an issue.
Would say, oh, you guys get money from big men.
You actually can't win.
Like, okay,
you can never win. That's why I don't care.
Oh, and that's my other out, weighing in on everything. I do agree with you that once you put things online, it's
you're inviting commentary. Yeah,
but I also feel like, as a human being, you don't have to have a comment everything. And you don't have a comment, have a GM. Have a diary. Yeah. You guys don't have to quote tweets every single thing. You don't say bad.
Ooh, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, back to the 50-50 discussion about like the couple that exposed their finances, whatever. Guess where they were from? London. You know who's in? Nigerian Americans. Our peers never been more right. I'm sorry.
But you know, we're the best.
We're the best in the diaspora.
And we said this
Let me talk about that.
episode with Summer Roach.
Yes.
Shout Summer Roach. But
yeah, literally.
Nigerian
Let's talk about it. Every blessed week from this London, from that London.
You have to go back to it was the IJGB thing.
Oh yes. Okay. So literally a couple weeks ago, y'all. And every year they have this stupid ass conversation. So Dirty December was starting, and then of course a London girl goes to Lagos. She's like, it was Madame Joyce. It was even Madame Joyce.
So she posted on her. First one though, because
she's not, because they always talk about this.
Yeah, but she was the one that started all this.
Lagos girls are so rude. Like, you'll say hi, they won't say anything to you. They'll just be stunning face. Are you scared I'm gonna steal your man? Is it because I'm a high value babe? Whatever she's like, yes.
Mind you, we love you, Madame Joyce.
Like, no, we love cocktails and takeaways, but you knew you were a little funny. But I love her
on purpose.
Yeah, and that's just her. That's just her. And she leaned into it. She even printed out shirts that had high profile babe.
And she is a high profile. You saw her with the section with
Sheka and Ira. Yeah, they tried to hold her.
Don't play with her.
They did. Like, no, literally.
But it was a ha-ha moment too, though.
It was funny. So she came out and said that, and it started a whole discourse of like Lagos babes versus London babes, and then people were just like, wait, but London girls are rude. Like, people are, and the thing is, people in big cities are rude. Like, that's just what it is. And also, and it started like a classism and like xenophobic argument because people were like, wait, is it because they're in Lagos they should bow down and kiss your feet or what? Like, why do we put these ideals on them?
And I do think that has to do with it. I'm so sorry because people think they're owed something like, oh,
Yeah.
Okay, the first
because
video,
you have an accent.
The first video that got popular was this one girl saying like, oh, you know, I've been in the village all the time.
I love the accent.
And so like I came to Lagos. I'm thinking like, you know,
I see girls that look like me because of lace front.
Yeah, they look like me. So like I say, oh, you know, I like your dress, and she ignored me. I thought she couldn't hear me, so I said it again. I like your dress, and I just had to like.
She repeated it.
Like, what do you mean girls look like me?
No, and let's talk about that. You weren't talking about the village girls. When you went to Ibadan, what's that issue? Thank you. You had the same braids on under your wig.
You thought you were bigger than them too.
Thank you. And you had, because of small bag and 2 lace fronts and swoop edges, you thought that the girl. Thank you. You thought the girl would be on the same page as you. I can't lie. We know what rude is. We're Nigerian. You know, if you greet someone, you should be greeted back. Like, we know that.
That's common courtesy.
Also, thank you. It's common courtesy, but like, it's not some supernatural rudeness that just never existed before. It's because you have an accent that you think people owe you something.
Thank you. And I would argue London babes are ruder than Nigerian babes, and Lagos
and
babes.
that's the PR y'all have.
Sorry,
I had a good experience with them, but I feel like in general y'all are bad mind. Y'all are bad mind.
In general, the British culture is to be stank.
To be stuck. Exactly. You're very.
And then you're Nigerian on top.
Upper lip. It's double rude.
Like
double rude. But it just felt so tasty to see all the discourse coming out like, oh, this is why we love Nigerian Americans. Those babes are so friendly. They're so this, they're so that. And it's not we talk die. We actually talk so much. We have a podcast. Like we talk so much. But I love that. I love our
IRL always.
You said not what? Sorry?
IRL.
Oh no. Yeah. T.
Like I feel like Nigerian girls. Okay, you know what's so crazy? It's always depends on who is the speaker. Because if you ask African Americans, they'll say Nigerians are stuck up as hell.
There's levels.
But on the global level, in the diaspora, we are the most friendly because Americans by nature are friendly. And
we're very like outspoken, we're very outgoing, we're bubbly. Like,
and we don't have nothing it won't hurt anyone to tell you, give you a compliment. Like, you know what I mean? But I feel like those people, they feel like it takes away from them.
And you know what I think that ties into? Because we all know that like the British mindset is like they're a very old country. Yeah. Like America's a very new, rebellious country. They're very stush. It's a new rebellious country, and like it's American culture to be brash and to just be like out there. Like exactly. So I love that. Our PR is up. We're so up. And UK, I'm so sorry, I was listening to Whitney Adebayo's podcast with her sister. They're so funny. It's What's It Giving. They have an episode where they were talking about like London babes versus like American babes, like just getting into it. And she's like, yeah, I can't lie, like London people try to form stuck up and stuff. Y'all are ghetto. You're ghetto as hell. And Toni, you've been vindicated. Sing 'em. Breaking news.
I have been
for years because
of accents, blush and trench coat. Everyone thinks that people that are British
and tutus are heels, bro.
They're so classy. But they be like, Vanessa. They be on. What are you online?
Y'all are ghetto.
Who is it? Chelsea. Come on now. It's always
every week
a British person going viral for being
they're crazy.
Ghetto, which is, I mean, we love it.
I love it. I love y'all's mess.
And we like that you're real. But it's just so crazy how like Americans get the PR for being all out there, but like y'all just because of accent and gray sky,
you got away with it.
Not like they've been getting for too long. And I'm happy the jig is up.
No, the jig is up. Everyone's eyes have open. Cleared. Their eyes have actually cleared. We get it. Any Drea?
But you know what's crazy? We know what's crazy? No one pays Canadian Nigerians any mind.
Yeah, they pay them dust. I think they just lump them in with us because the accent is similar.
Okay. I know Canadian
I've seen them lump them in with Canadian accent is American accent with a little boot. That's it. So they just kind of, and they're North Americans. They just kind of lump them with us.
It's just so crazy because like even like regionally, like Nigerians in the South versus Nigerians in the North.
In the North, everyone's different. East Coast, West Coast.
I know. East Coast too. Yeah. West Coast.
Yeah. California has a lot of Nigerians.
LA Nigerians have their own stereotype.
It's a whole thing.
Versus like Texas Nigerian versus like New York Nigerian. So it's really interesting to see like on a global scale.
I love being a Texas girl. I'm not gonna lie. Every time Southern. Like I love Texas. I'm sorry. I see why we're the only state with our own Pledge of Allegiance. We're just
big
raw.
Ass flag.
Hello, we're
big
raw.
Ass flag.
So that was also, get a job to wrap up. Get a job, stay in your lane, know what works for you.
Your opinion is not law. We don't need your opinion.
Didn't ask for it.
Have your own opinion. Good opinion needs to die. Do your own research so you can have an opinion.
And when we're giving our opinion, shut up.
Look, when I walk in, sit up straight. I'll give it. Whoop. We was late. Okay.
I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, 2025. I love that.
Yeah.
I am predicting that people. I think the era of like political correctness and the super wokeness. It's either you're on one end like I hate it, or you're super. You can't say homeless and houseless.
Like don't piss me. Oh my god! Even the discourse about. Have you ever seen the delivery driver discourse? So, okay, let me give y'all some backstory.
Can you zoom in?
So, let me tell y'all something. A few weeks ago, just to give you guys, because don't piss me off. To give y'all some context, a girl had come out and said that, hey, my delivery driver, used a woman's name. I ordered food, and it's a man that hops out of a Nissan Sentra. I did not ask for this. It's a big man. It's nighttime. I don't feel safe. I think it's weird. A lot of women were backing her up in the comments. They were even linking studies or like articles of delivery driver men.
People always talk about this.
Because it's happened to me before too. Yeah. Why are you using this AKA's car? That's not your car. The license plate is pink and green, and you're a man. Like, I thought it was gonna be a 3C paper bag Tracy Ellis Ross coming up. Is this nigga with the hood on? Whoa, I don't know you. Put my food down.
Stranger.
Thank you. I don't know you. So a lot of women were saying they don't feel safe when that happens. All of a sudden, we see leftists. As soon as I see that hammer and sickle in the display name, it's just so, people are like, oh, is it because y'all hate foreign workers? What if they don't have a green card? How can you just lump all men together? This is so crazy. Oh my God. It's because you guys are rich. Oh, we have to eat the middle class. What happens to eating the rich? Whoa, I can't order a little quesadilla.
I'm so sorry. I'm happy we're here.
Y'all are crazy.
You're crazy. Said, obviously, the UHC Suitor, I was definitely like, that's not a bad thing that happened. Like, we know there's greed. But this whole eat the rich. I'm so sorry.
Y'all are worried about the wrong people.
Poor and rich in the land, and y'all are one of the wrong people.
And that's my
and
thing.
Everyone it's not one big group. Everyone has money. And honestly, another thing is money is relative.
Yeah.
What the rich is relative. And people will confuse that as now people with middle class because you got Instacart.
I wanted, what you got? You got your little 5 tacos with your avocado, like, and now you're a villain. I'm so sorry. Like, I can't have a little treat.
And then they were doing stuff and comparing workers to slaves. The way we disrespect
words mean things. Words mean things. People are like, oh, so because you want your treat slave to come and drop your stuff off.
Slave.
Are you insane?
You know what slavery was?
Do you actually know what that was? And of course, it's white people. Let's talk about that. Y'all over pathologize, over categorize, over label everything because you want to feel struggled and you want to feel among. You're not marginalized. I'm so sorry to tell you. And you're not autistic. And let's talk about that. You're not autistic. You're not autistic.
You're not autistic.
Every blessed day. Neurodivergent. We can't all be neurodivergent.
If you are, and then
and then so what? Like that. All that girl.
All I said was,
all I said was wash the dishes. Like, no one cares. You know that girl who be doing. Okay, would you rather tell me one famous black person for $1? That girl that was like, her face got red. I'm autistic. I'm sorry. She was like, oh, okay. Like what? But they were just. It was just so much discourse about like delivery drivers and men should be allowed to use women's names. Why? I wonder why a man would use a woman's name at nighttime to hide and disguise. I'm sorry that I don't feel safe that someone's not being background checked if they're knowing my address.
Let me not say any, but they don't have enough threats to their life.
Like, and thank you. And that's what it is. And that's why it's white people. Like, y'all are so annoying. So anyway.
So I was a blue hair liberal as well.
always. And
oh my gosh, it's not even like, let's be specific. It's poor, lower middle class to poor because the other, they don't care.
But the thing is, you know what? It'd be high middle class cosplaying as poor. Like, whoa, you've never been through anything. Calm down.
That too.
I'm an immigrant. I could be a little ignorant. So yeah. I got a pass. I got a small pass.
What are your predictions for 2025?
Okay. I think that, well, I'm really praying. I'm praying that TikTok stays because Trump is out his bag. So I think that him and Bezos hopefully will team up and beat up Mark Zuckerberg because we know
he's
Mark. Yeah, he's the one that's spearheading the whole TikTok being banned. And I'm like,
Instagram will never be TikTok.
Thank you. Because you have Reels, you want to get rid of TikTok? No. It sucks. So I'm really hoping and praying I could beat him up and TikTok stays. I think that Trump... Oh my God. Let's even talk about Jimmy Carter's funeral. All the gifts that have been coming out of Obama, kikiing with Trump, and then people are now seeing it's two sides of the same coin. We've been saying that.
And
they don't hate each other. They don't.
Besides two sides of the same coin, to be someone who, we always talk about classification, people like, like to be a president, to be someone who can run a nation,
especially
campaign,
this nation,
you have a lot in common.
Yeah, you have to be
you because you don't have those qualities.
Exactly.
Sorry, they have the same qualities. All people in this room share the same qualities. They probably share the same background too.
Exactly,
the same linear path.
Upper middle to upper class. You have the same views. You're able to
education,
abandon your
clubs.
principles. Like Obama's stance has changed so much when he was campaigning to when he was actually president. You have to be a slippery kind of person. You have to be charismatic. Exactly.
Hello.
And I'm so sorry. Trump is charismatic. He's funny. Obama's charismatic, he's funny. They both low-key be dripping. I'm not gonna lie.
They're both been presidents. They have more in common with each other than you.
And that's the thing. Like even when
you're mad about it because you thought he had more in common because you're black.
But y'all are just waking up because people are tribal and like inherently we are tribal people. So people like to like feel among. You want to feel like you're part of this group. And people are waking up, I think, a little bit at least to the fact that, like, these things are imaginary.
You're not every woman.
And it's not all in you. Like, I'm so sorry.
It's not. It's that's not. Okay.
It's not. Democrats, Republicans, these are just words. Like, what matters to them is hegemony and money. And that's really it.
Be who you are for your pride.
Amen. All right. I think the veil will be lifted. People will be more outspoken about those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And like you said, like, wokeness, I feel like being politically correct is kind of dying.
Which is good. We took it too far.
Yeah. I feel like we had a part to play in this. Like, we ushered that in.
What did we do?
We kind of killed woke a little bit. Oh,
I thought you meant like we brought in political.
Oh, no, we took it out.
That's woke.
We took it out.
That's woke.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Final predictions? Anything that you're looking forward to in the year? Personally, like politically,
personally,
outside.
I was praying for a really, really good, blessed year.
Amen. Despite everything.
Okay, all across the board.
Amen.
I don't know if I had any more media predictions. I think physical things are coming back a lot more. People are just over it, and all these streaming conglomerates merging, everyone's over it. So I think that's going to be a thing for sure.
Magazines, even newspapers, like the New York Times has like a deal on subscribing to their newspaper. There's this girl, I don't know if you've seen her, but she like on TikTok will she makes a point of buying a physical copy of the newspaper and reading it. And like they're so creative and like their covers, it's beautiful. She has like a whole library of the newspaper. Wow. So I think that's something I want to do this year is collect more physical media.
Yeah, because even like there's this app that I use. Should I even say their name? Because they're expensive as hell. If they cut me a code, but also their name. It's called Chatbooks. But you can print out like yearbooks or like
like a coffee table book. Or,
that's
and
so cool. I have one. I want to make more per year,
yeah.
but I just feel like we need to have more physical things. Like you know how nice it was back growing up. You go to someone's house and you're flipping through their whole life,
their memories.
It's
literally.
Great. So and even like people that have vinyl collections, like do what you want to you. Don't just like start collecting things. Or, you know what I think is gonna be dead this year? Reselling culture. Ooh, I feel like people. I think more and more and more because even like look at Kanye West. Whenever he came out when he had Yeezy and before Yeezy broke up with Adidas. You couldn't even get a shoe. He has to buy a resale. Now he's changed it with dropping straight to his site. And we've seen that happen a lot with other, and reselling obviously is still going to be alive. And I think especially like with vintage stuff, but I think that whole like mass buying and hoarding so you can up price, I think that's kind of dying down because
the economy, number one. Number two, people are just like they're waking up. People are waking up. It's hoarding.
I forgot what few recent drops happened and people were just stuck with their mass
excellent. That's what they get. And hopefully that translates to ticket sales because Ticketmaster, I'm gonna put my hands on y'all. I'm gonna put my hands on you. It's not that deep and it's honestly, where's their Rico?
I know because so many people are getting regulated. Airlines, all these
literally. It's enough. Thank you. Thievery is out. Everyone, every day for the thief. One day for the
every day for the thief, one day for the owner.
One day for the owner. Yep.
And we're the owner.
We're the owner in 2025. All right.
Okay, let's get into our outs.
Ooh, Jean.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay,
you guys. So this reads, am I the asshole for confronting my uncle on a $700 debt while he brags to his family about a surprise vacation to Maldives for his daughter as a Christmas present? Thievery out. Last September, my Uncle Daniel, who's 40... Ooh, he said names. He don't give a damn. He said pay him his money. My Uncle Daniel, who's 43, came up to me, who's 22, looking all stressed, and asked if I could have a sit-down with him as he needs a favor. He began to speak on how he was really in a rough financial spot, and he really had nowhere to turn, as he didn't have anyone to ask for a loan, and I was the only one left available. Mind you, I'm not rich or anything of the sort. I just so happened to have the amount he needed at the time. According to him, it was a serious situation that he couldn't approach or tell to other guys in the family, and the issue needed to be addressed soon. I'm so sorry, niggas will big bro a baby if it has more money than them. That's sick. Baby. That's so sick.
Oh my gosh.
Without better judgment, I lent him the cash after much insistence from him. We agreed on payment before December, and I didn't even ask for any interest. With lots of hugs and words, hey, he took it and gave me his word that he would pay it. Fast forward, and we're now at Christmas dinner at my grandma's, and all that time, I didn't give him any reminders for a checkup. I assumed he was late or something, and that he would let me know why at Christmas dinner because the larger family meets every year. He also didn't call or say anything to update me on his situation, and I just had to trust that all was well. Now, on a related side note for later, my cousin Aisha, who's 20, and his daughter, recently underwent surgery a while back as she really had it tough for the whole of last year while she recovered from a traumatic back injury. Everyone was enjoying their meal, and suddenly my uncle stood up at the dinner table and called for attention to a speech. Now he said clink, clink, clink.
Like, you bold.
Like what? He began to speak on how his business took a really huge boost. And long story short, now he's cashed in on a large profit for some deals. He looked at Aisha across the table and took out some brochure with a resort-looking location and said it was a gift to her for her tough recovery. All I could see was Aisha visibly crazy excited. Someone asked what it was exactly, and he said he was planning on taking Aisha and the rest of the family to the Maldives.
That's
as a celebration
place, by the way, guys.
On Aisha's accident recovery. Everyone was now happily sharing, yay, Aisha on her gift, as it seemed like it was something she always wanted. You can afford all that, but not repay my debt, which you haven't said anything on. The words just slipped out of my subconscious, and I looked him straight in the eye. His words were, why are you talking about that now of all places? Now I was pissed. I reminded him in front of everyone on the exact amount, and I told him the facts on how he wasn't even communicating or paying it. The entire family was in shock with dead silence as my mom hurriedly changed the subject to avoid an escalation of the situation. Later on in the evening, my aunt, grandma, and some cousins began to lecture me on how I ruined Aisha's moment after her struggles and embarrassed my uncle in the process. They leave in a week, and he still has not paid or mentioned anything about this debt. Am I the asshole for ruining the moment and asking for a payment?
You should ruin it more.
Make it a bad day.
Let's just talk about it now.
Like what?
And how you say? Because even before you said the deal that he got, before you said the trip, he said I have many lucrative deals.
Exactly, many with the plural. Okay, that's
so
good.
Just pay my money.
Thank you. Just give me my money.
And it's because he wasn't a little broke when you asked for the money.
Thank you. And now you're trying to. Why would you? Oh, do you know what? He knows who you are, which is why he said it. You're embarrassing.
Yeah, and it is embarrassing.
Owing people money is so crazy to me. Like if it's even like I feel weird. How does it not sit heavy on your spirit? There's no shame anymore.
Girl, that's why we post on close friends. But
you're very shady. Okay.
I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
Owing people money is tacky.
It's nasty.
it's also just like you don't know what they need it for. Like it's
exactly.
not yours.
It's not your money. It's not your money. And I don't agree with the whole don't give someone money that you can't say bye to. I get it, I guess. But like, why can't I thank you? I said see you later. So where's my money? Okay. Where's my bread?
I think we're on the same.
I hate that. Yeah,
both agree with that.
And I feel like the adults, instead of talking to him and trying to little bro him, talk to him, talk to the uncle. What is that? Y'all should shame him and name him. Thank you.
And I'm happy you said it out loud. Like, so now everyone knows.
He's at Daniel, Aisha. It was Brenda, Letitia. Like, he was not playing.
Make it a bad day. Okay, ready for my...
Yes.
Okay. My wife wants to open our marriage because she feels her coworker irresistible. Finds her coworker irresistible, and I don't know what to do. I need to get this off my chest because it's been eating me alive. My wife, 34-year-old female, and I, 36-year-old male, have been married for 8 years. I've always thought we had a good thing going. Sure, no marriage is perfect, but we've always worked things through together, or so I thought. For context, I'm 5'6", and she's 5'5", okay? My height has been a bit of a sore spot for me.
So how should I get married? Oh, for him. I guess.
One is taller, though.
It could be me. That's all I know.
Because even King Hill, we're at eye.
You're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she's never made me feel like it mattered. In fact, she used to call me her perfect match because we were so close in height.
What? I can't. She took the piss.
Let me keep reading.
Okay.
But recently, everything's changed. Enter Ethan, her new coworker.
Ooh.
He's 6'4".
She chose up. She chose up.
Ridiculously attractive and apparently the funniest, smartest, most charming man on the planet.
Damn.
At least that's what I gathered by the way he talks about him.
Ooh.
At first, it didn't bother me. Everyone has work friends, right? But then out of nowhere, she dropped a bombshell. One night, after a couple glasses of wine, she told me, I need to be honest with you. I find Ethan really attractive. I can't stop thinking about him, but don't worry, I haven't acted on it.
Oh.
I was stunned. Before I could even process what she said, she added, I think maybe we should consider opening the marriage, just so I can explore these feelings. It might even bring us closer in the end.
Oh, she's actually insane.
She's crazy. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I told her, flat out, I wasn't comfortable with it. I didn't sign up for an open marriage. She got defensive, saying I was being insecure and close-minded, and accused me of letting my height complex cloud my judgment. She
even threw it back in his face. No, she actually held him. She held him really bad.
She claimed that opening the marriage would allow her to explore her authentic self, and I should support her growth.
Oh, shit.
Now things are incredibly awkward between us. She stopped mentioning Ethan, but the tension is unbearable. I feel betrayed, honestly. Like, how am I supposed to commute with this guy? The fact that she even wants this to make me feel like I'm not enough for her anymore. Sorry. I don't know what to do. I don't want to lose her, but I also can't imagine sharing her with someone else, let alone the person she's infatuated with. I've been losing sleep over this. I can't stop replaying the convo in my head. Am I being unreasonable, or is it just as crazy as it feels?
Let me put it to you that it's even crazier.
My dear, she's rude.
No, she's actually rude. She threw it in his face after telling him I want him. He's like a foot taller than you. He's so funny. He's so cool. He's so attractive.
Smart, so attractive.
And I feel like he was even in denial. Your gut will tell you. Yeah. Before she told you, you knew. And
she said after a couple of drinks, and she said, I have to be honest with you. Meaning, like, it's been eating at her in her heart that... What did the Bible say? From the overflowing of the heart does the mouth speak. She had to let it out.
No, she actually... It was...
And after saying I have a crush, she said let's open our marriage. That's really crazy.
It'll bring us closer. Let me tell you, she opened it herself. Like she's telling you, by the way. Let me tell you, she opened it and he opened her. Whoa. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie.
In this instance, we cannot support women's wrongs.
No,
she's wrong.
I wish I could. I really I was trying so hard to find a way. I was like, okay, maybe I can just no. He seems like a nice guy.
He does. And he said I had a good thing going. Then one day you come and tell me that you find someone more attractive, funny, smart, and then let's open our marriage so I can explore my growth. What growth?
And what do you mean bring us together?
That's not even what growth.
Like, how are we growing? You're sick.
Yeah, and she calls you insecure. She's gaslighting you.
Yeah, and she's dancing all over
your
manhood.
Wrong. So what would you, if that was your friend coming to tell you his wife was doing that to him, what advice could you even give him? Like, what does he do from there?
Did they say their ages or anything like that? It doesn't even matter.
34, 36.
Leave. I'm so sorry. Like, you will find a lady who's maybe taller than you.
She's gonna cheat.
And I'm so sorry, she already has. Because for her to even bring, as a woman, do you know what it means? Oh, can we open up our, like, no. I'm so very sorry to tell you. They've been in the break room.
And
they've been in the coffee room.
Him no more.
Yeah.
It's because she's wanting you to ask no questions.
Exactly. And I'm telling y'all right now, I would even ask you, like, damn, when's the last time y'all were intimate? Like, she's not into you like that.
Yeah, anymore.
And it's a mental thing.
I won't say forever, just like not right now. But who's to say she can't? She won't find another Ethan to be.
Exactly.
You know?
I feel like maybe, and that's the thing. I feel like it's less Ethan and more so her.
Dissatisfaction
because
with her
for her to throw the height back in his face, like, oh, you have a complex. He's insecure. He's already admitted it's like a sore spot for him.
And you gassed him about it.
Exactly.
You gassed me about my insecurity.
You told me it was perfect, and now it's what you hate. Oh, she's moving like a man. That's so sick.
Hello, this is how y'all be acting.
No, literally.
I say she's out. Like, I feel like y'all have to have a real serious conversation. Are you satisfied with this marriage and with me? But that's just a hard pill to swallow. It's gonna be hurtful either way.
Exactly.
Additional now, so I think you need to address it head on.
Yeah.
And know what you're dealing with, and ask her, have you been intimate with him? Is anything inappropriate? Do y'all communicate outside work hours?
And could you deal with? I think I would ask him also as a friend, like, can you deal with her being attracted to this man like this? Like, is it even worth it? Can you find a way to trust her again? Because if you can, maybe it's worth therapy. Maybe it's worth, because I never been married, so I don't know what y'all will stay through. But for me personally, I think that's a super dub, personally. Yeah. But let me assume that she hasn't already cheated. I think that she's being honest. So I guess that's a point. But,
I feel like that's something to tell your GM or your girls, like, ooh, like, my work like husband what? Is fine.
Yeah.
My work is giant, but you don't tell your husband.
You don't tell your husband. Let's open it. Let's open it means I want to move on.
Yeah.
And it's not just an attraction thing. She likes him, like, emotionally.
Smart, funny. Hey.
Yikes. Let it go. Let him have her, is what I would say.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts, words?
Let's make this year a great year.
A great year.
No more funny business.
And we mean it. Like, the laugh had to stop. Yeah. And can y'all talk to us this year? Like, we gave you visuals. Yes, we're giving you content. We're giving you everything. Back. Talk to us. Click the link tree. You can send a voice note, Curious Cat message. Because we do want to do another, like, Asking IBT. Like, we actually love it. We want to feature you guys, another Asking IBT. Like, what do y'all want to hear from us? What do y'all want to see?
Also, send us book requests. Because IBT Library is still...
We're back. You see it.
You know, period.
We're back.
But yeah, so send us book requests. Send us questions, comments, concerns, scenarios, your favorite...
This is the one time we're asking for y'all's opinion. So don't, like, make it count. Don't waste it.
But yeah, have a great year, everyone.
Have an IBT New Year
in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye, y'all.